we were talking about the law of attraction and The Secret, and how there's still people talking about this. Still people like, I'm gonna manifest $1 million check by writing it and sitting at home and meditating on it.
So
yeah.
So I actually looked it up a little bit more into it. So let me go over my notes really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the people that don't know, The Secret is a book and a movie that came out in 2006, written by Rhonda Byrne. It's influenced by the 1910 book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. So it's basically a self-help book that basically states just thinking about and visualizing your desires is going to make them magically appear in your life. Is that pretty much what it is?
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
What people don't know, and I'm going to say two things about that.
Okay.
Number one, the first part.
Are you going to get into the part that we spoke about?
That's part two.
Oh, okay.
Part one is I will never hide who I am and what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Will never hide it. I am a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I do.
Okay.
I don't knock anybody, and I do business with everybody and everyone. I mean, I have a Hasidic Jewish friend who visits my mother. So, that's a far stretch. And Lipa, love you, brother. So he visits my mother. That's who I am, because I believe everybody should. If we're gonna say we believe in God, we should not ever close our doors to anybody. We should literally welcome everyone, speak to everyone, and spread that love. So, and that being said, I always take everything to the Bible, no matter what it is. And the first thing when I heard The Secret, I immediately thought of Matthew 7:7 and 8. And for the new Christians out there, you should look it up.
I read that.
For non-Christians, they should look it up. It's not going to hurt you to read it. Matthew 7:7 says, "Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock on the door, and the door will be open. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be opened." So, 2006, The Secret and Law of Attraction and all that stuff came out.
Yeah.
It's in my Bible, and it was written how long ago? None of these ideas are new. First of all, nothing I speak on stage is new.
Right.
Because it's all just common knowledge. It's just that not everybody has common knowledge. So you have to sometimes introduce the common knowledge to people, and then it becomes common. That's how it becomes common, because you're spreading the knowledge. But knowledge is knowledge.
If you think about it too, we've probably lost more information than we've gained. I mean, to this day, they can't build the pyramids. The newer pyramids are actually less technologically advanced than the older ones are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
just look at the fact that these big giant pyramids are still standing, but a condo just fell in Miami.
Yes.
So, and it's a very touchy subject down here right now because of what just happened. So we are praying, we are volunteering, we are helping, we're doing everything we can to help the people, because it was a scary loss. Yeah. And not to divert from the topic, but when you go to sleep tonight, thank God that you're going to sleep, because you don't know if you're going to wake up. And when you wake up, thank God that you woke up, because you could have been one of the, I don't even know how many are missing now. Last time I checked, it was 100. Then I heard it was more than 100. They're starting to come up with more names and numbers of people.
Like, they were literally home. What's supposed to be?
They were sleeping. It was in the AM, and the building collapsed. So you never know if you're going to wake up. You never know what's going to happen. So when you do wake up, take a deep breath and thank God that you actually woke up and you have breath in your lungs, a beat in your heart, and thoughts in your mind. If you have those three faculties, you're good. So thank God for it. And that was just my little public message for everybody, people, when they go to sleep tonight, when they wake up tomorrow. But getting back to this law of attraction thing and The Secret and everything, I think the 6, and I've said this before in videos. If you've watched it, you probably heard it before. You've heard me say it. I've said it on stage. I've said it in podcasts. You're not the first one. You're not the exclusive to hear me say this, bro. So, don't say it's an exclusive. You're not the exclusive, man. I've been saying this for years, since I heard law of attraction.
All right.
The 6 most important letters in the phrase Law of attraction are the last 6 letters. Action. You
Say it
want
again.
the last 6 letters in the law of attraction, the last 6 letters of law of attraction. If you spell it out, you'll notice that the last 6 letters are action.
Absolutely.
ACTION. If you're not taking action, no, it's okay. Siri, I'm not talking to you. You know, Siri's talking back. So it's not, if people can understand that if they want to attract something, they must become that something. If
Yes.
they want to attract someone, they must become that someone. Before I met my wife, I asked God for a woman that loves God more than she loves me or herself. That's all I asked for. I had to become a man that loves God before I love myself or anybody else.
Yeah.
In order to attract a woman that loves God more than she loves me or herself. That's it. And the beautiful thing is that she knows as much as I love her, I'll never love her more than I love God. And I know that as much as she loves me, she'll never love me more than she loves God. Mm-hmm. And this is what we're supposed to do with us and our beliefs and our faith. We're happy with that. So because of that, I had to become that and really become that wholeheartedly. You want to become a top producing realtor? Become a top producing realtor. Take the actions that top producing realtors become. You can't sit at home and not jump on social media, not reach out to people, not take care of your clients, not do the right thing, not keep working, not follow up, not send the email, not put your CRM, not do everything. By the way, if you're looking at this, if you're thinking of getting into real estate and you think that it's like $1 million listing where all you do is wear red bottoms and jump into a car and now you're a billionaire, that's not real life. What I just said is one of the 148 things that I do for every single client that I speak to. 148 things that I do for every single client, and that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Because if you really look at it, I've counted as high as 183 things that I need to do in order to get a house sold. I don't sell houses. I do the things that attract the people that are going to buy the house. I don't sell houses, and I can prove it right now. If you and I die tomorrow, the mortgages that you wrote will still be written. Those loans will still go through. If I die tomorrow, the houses that I listed will still be sold by someone else. So I don't sell houses, and you don't write mortgages. That's not what we do. We help people get from where they're at to where they want to be.
Absolutely.
That's what we actually do. We manage stress. We advertise for people. We take care. We're the glue that holds the deal together. We get all the professionals together so that we can form a team around that one home and get it sold. There's so many things that we do that it has nothing to do with selling a house. The house will sell itself because if you're dead tomorrow, that house will still sell. Somebody's still going to buy the house. So the house sells itself. You just have to put it in front of the people that want to buy it.
Yeah.
That's your job. So anyway, that's for anyone thinking of getting into real estate. And I sell houses for a living. No, you don't. No, you don't. And no, you don't wear red bottoms and jump into luxury cars. That's not what you do for a living. So stop looking at $1 million deal, believing that that's real life. That's like saying that Kim Kardashian's life is a real life.
That show has hurt the business.
Yeah, but anyway, getting back to this, if you want to be a top producer in your field, whether it's real estate, mortgages, public speaking, writing, you want to be the top teacher, you want to be a principal, start acting like a principal. You want to be a restaurant owner, start acting like a restaurant owner. I don't care if you're washing dishes today. If you want to be a restaurant owner and you're washing dishes today, you better start acting like a restaurant owner, which means you see something wrong in the restaurant. I'm the dishwasher, but there's trash on the floor. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's not my job. That's why you're always going to only be a dishwasher, because it's not your job to pick up that little bit of trash. I was walking my dog this morning, right? Mm-hmm. I saw a can on the side of the road. Is it my job? Do I get paid to pick up that can off the side of the road? No. Did I pick it up? Yes. Why? Because I believe that I own this whole community. That's my goals. And when your goals is to be bigger than you are today, you have to start taking actions that are bigger than what you are today, because that's what takes you to where you want to be. So this law of attraction and this secret, if you write the check and you put $1 million check in your wallet, like Jim Carrey wrote a $10 million check and he put it into his wallet, but he didn't just go into a closet afterwards and start going, oh, yum, 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 10 million. That's not what he did. Jim Carrey went out there, took the crappy jobs. He went on stages that didn't even pay him, and he was telling jokes for free. Actually, I believe it was Jim Carrey who paid to be on stage one time to speak because he knew that the right audience was going to be there. I don't know if it was Jim Carrey. It might have been Kevin Hart. But I'm talking about two giants of their field. Why? Because they didn't just go, I want to be number one, and then sit down and pray. Look, I pray all day long. Yeah. But God gives me the wisdom, the knowledge, and the opportunities to take action and make things happen and become the person that I want to be. God could do it like this, but he's given me the ability to actually go out there and become these things. I want a pastor, then I have to start becoming a pastor. I want to speak, then I have to become a speaker. I want to lead, then I have to become a leader. I want to be a top realtor, then I have to become a top realtor. You have to take the actions that are going to take you to that. I don't care what it is. You want to be a NASCAR mechanic? By the way, they get paid a lot of money. You want to be a NASCAR mechanics. You want to be a NASCAR mechanic, but you're working at, Peppa's over in Bushwick. I don't know if there's a Peppa's in Bushwick, Brooklyn. But if you're working at that one, I think there's a Mario's in Brooklyn. Actually, look at Felix on Pennsylvania Avenue. Anyway, you want to be a NASCAR mechanic when you're working at the one little tiny shop? Don't act like you're working in the one tiny little shop. Take care of your clients. Make sure that you're so good at it that the universe, the world, God, everybody has to notice you.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to be
bigger than that? The guy that's going to hire the guy who's going to hire the next NASCAR driver, NASCAR mechanic, has to notice you because you're so good.
Yeah. You got to let your work talk for you.
Action. You want to attract it? Take the actions that will attract it.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares about your ideas. Nobody cares about what you want. No. That's what you're doing. That's what they talk about, your work. Mm-hmm. So my thought on the book is, I like the book. It's a cute beginning to the journey of self-improvement.
It's a foundation.
Yes.
It's a foundation.
That's the problem. As you said, it needs a next step. Yeah. The action. Because at the end of the day, you are your actions. You're not your thoughts. Nobody gives a shit about your thoughts. But action begins in thought. Now, the thing about the book was it's basically about visualization. Let's do a quick experiment. George, do me a favor. In your mind, silently, say, I am awesome 3 times. What voice was it in? Was it in your voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you use your vocal cords?
No.
And I can't take credit for this. I heard this from KRS-One. But the reason that I bring this up is you're using your senses. That one is hearing, even though your vocal cords didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And that's where the secret does get it right as far as the visualization. But that's just the seed, it's the beginning. Without the action, it's nothing.
You got to water the seed. You got to take care of the seed. You got to take the weeds out from around the seed. You have to make sure that the birds stay off the little plant when the seed breaks open and it starts coming up. You have to make sure that enough sun is hitting it, but if it starts looking like it's getting burnt, you got to cover it a little. You have to take care of the seed that you plant.
Yes.
It's the same thing when that thought is planted in your head. I believe that every time something comes in here and it is respectable and worthy, that is coming straight from God.
Yeah.
So when that seed is put in here and put in here, it's my job to go out there and grow the seed.
Yes.
And bring fruit from the seed. Now, am I the one that manifests the seed and all that? Again, I believe everything comes from God. But God wants to see me take action. God wants to see me take action and become that which I want to be.
Yeah, well, that's
I'm not just going to sit around and cry. I'm not just going to sit around and put something on a piece of paper and stare at it, and it's like someone's gonna knock on the door and give me a check for $10 million.
Right.
Can it happen? Absolutely. If God wants it, it can happen right now. God can have someone knock on my door right now and go, hey, I don't know you, but something told me I had to write you a $10 million check. It can happen. It can happen. But I love becoming the things that I want to be. I love taking action. I love helping others.
Yeah.
I love becoming a better person tomorrow than I was today. It's work. It is work. If
Absolutely.
you're going into any field, I don't care what it is. Look, my son Justice is a tattoo artist. My son Justice started as a sweeper at a tattoo place.
Okay.
He was literally cleaning. He went in and said, I will clean the place just so that I can learn how to do tattoos. So before he was even an apprentice, he was sweeping the place and cleaning the place up and emptying out garbage cans and cleaning their toilet.
Yeah.
Other fathers might have been like, bro, you're doing what? And you're volunteering to do that? Like, no, I don't know, not my son. Me, I was proud of him because he told me, Pa, I'm going to be a tattoo artist. And I said, okay, what are you doing to get to do that? And he says, I'm going to clean a tattoo shop. And I knew where he was headed. Because these are the examples we've given our children. Yeah. I knew where he was headed. But I'm just going to clean the tattoo shop because I'm going to be a tattoo artist. Guess what? Today, there's times I can't talk to him for a couple of days. By the way, I talk to my kids as much as I can because we're close. But there's times I don't hear from him for a couple of days. Why? He's so busy with his business. He is a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
You go to his Instagram page, you see his work. People are literally traveling to see him.
Okay.
He's 19 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. But at 15, he started sweeping after school, sweeping a tattoo shop.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for most people, we have to start from the bottom. I mean, in my field, like, I've made it no secret what my goal has always been. It's always been to be, king of mortgages.
Mm-hmm.
I started off as a fucking telemarketer, the lowest of the low on the totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
And
well,
it's doable, but not only that, it makes you appreciate it.
But
it's not just sitting in the corner, praying and wishing things happen. Nah, you got to do the work. Not only you got to do the work, you got to come up with the plan. You have to follow the plan, meet your goals, be able to adapt and pivot when things.
Surround yourself with the people that are conducive to that goal. That's another thing.
Absolutely.
Get rid of negative people from your life. I'm not saying close the door on them, but tell them, listen, right now, I am working towards something and you're not bringing the right energy. I'm here for you if you need me, but you need to understand that I have to spend more time here than doing this.
Okay, but that's because you're polite. I say close the door on them. Move on.
I don't, because I'll tell you, the greatest feeling in my life is when a hater or a negative person becomes a fan or a positive person. When a negative person starts looking at my example and saying, man, I've been doing it wrong because I've been so negative all this time. And George, even when he was struggling, was positive. I need to become a more positive person. So
it's cool to a degree, but I mean, when a person is just poison, you don't need to taste it. It's your choice to taste it.
I smile at them. Leave them alone. I don't give value to what they're bringing. I don't give value to what they're bringing because they're hurting you. You just keep moving forward, man. Listen,
exactly.
It's interesting because I was talking to a CEO that's looking for, I'm not going to say how many millions of dollars worth of a single family home, but let's just say it's a lot.
Okay.
A lot. And I asked him, hey, listen, you're a CEO of this big company. How did you start? And he says, I started shredding papers in that company in the mailroom. Oh, wow. I wasn't even allowed to sort the mail because they didn't trust me yet. Okay. I was just shredding the papers that get shredded. And that was my job. And my job was literally grab the paper, put it in, grab the paper. And this is how he said it. Grab the paper, put it in, grab the paper, put it in. Talk about a boring job.
Yeah.
But all the time while I was doing this and doing this, every break I had, I was reading about that company. I was reading about the CEO of that company. I was reading about where he started. I was reading about what the company does. I was reading the history of the company. I was reading about the products that they and services that they offer. I was reading about where the company is going. I was reading, studying while doing the paper. But
How long did the climb take? Did he say?
well, he's been with that company 25 years, he said. He's been CEO for the last 10, so it took him 15 years to make CEO.
Okay.
But he continued studying and learning. He went from trading the papers to sorting the mail, from sorting the mail to supervising the mailroom, from supervising the mailroom to applying for an assistant job, from assistant to executive assistant, from executive assistant to replacing the guy that he was executive assistant to, from replacing that guy to replacing the head of that department, from replacing the head of that department to replacing the Eastern division head, and then from there made vice president, and then he became CEO.
I want to get back to the thing you just said, because that was a jewel I don't know if everybody really got. Keep studying and learning, because even when you reach the top, you're not going to stay there if you don't keep evolving. Guidelines, things change, business changes.
This is my Kindle. I constantly download books into here. When I finish reading it, I move it to an archive and I download another book. I had to do this because at one point I literally, and by the way, I have this, but I love these. I love the feel of
what
paper.
book is that? Okay.
It's really, first of all, I like his last name, but it's a really, really good book. It's a really good book.
I just started doing audiobooks recently.
Do it. If you're driving, listen to a book. If you're you got some downtime, you're working out, you're riding a bike, you're doing anything where you can't be reading, then listen to a book or listen to a podcast or listen to a YouTube video. You don't have to watch the YouTube video.
Yeah, no.
I'm auditory, so I'll listen.
Yeah.
But constantly put good information in your head.
Yeah. Well, because reading gets a little bit tough because I'm mildly dyslexic. And
so then audio.
And also right now my eyesight improved. That's why I'm wearing these sunglasses. They're 20 years old. Because my new prescription ones
don't work anymore.
Too high.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man. If you here's something good to read. I think every top CEO, man, there's a lot of glare there.
Yeah. A shiny book.
Every top CEO has read this book.
Okay.
That's another thing. I pay attention to what are the CEOs studying and reading.
Yeah.
What are they actually doing?
I just recently went through that audiobook again, As a Man Thinketh.
Good book.
Yeah.
Good.
I was kind of mad when I was listening to it. I was like, damn, if I would have heard this years ago, it would have saved me so much time.
I'll show you something, man.
What's that?
People laugh when I say this. This has a lot of memory, right? And a lot of storage space, right? Okay. But I literally had to get the upgraded one because there's so many. I just keep adding, man. Keep adding. Because when you waste your time on the wrong things, you're not working on the right things. You're not taking action towards those goals. So keep adding good thoughts to your mind. Keep surrounding yourself with good people. Yeah. Get a good partner in your life. Believe, man. Believe and keep doing the right thing. And don't hurt people. Don't create tabloids. Create billboards, please.
Exactly.
You see, again, we go right back to the secret and the law of attraction. Take the right actions in your life to set yourself up for success and for the right things. Your clients will love you for it. Your family will love you for it.
Business too. Like if you're just looking at the green aspect of things, it makes you money. Mm-hmm. I had a client recently. When we first spoke, they weren't the biggest fan because you know how I am. I speak very upfront with everything. Mm-hmm. I don't like sugarcoating things. It's just not my way. So I told them things that were the opposite of, unfortunately, what other people told them.
Yeah.
And then they looked up my reviews. They called me. They're like, Mo, I didn't like what you said. These other people said this, but all right, I'm gonna give you a shot. And that was because of the reviews, the billboard. And now they just left me another great review. And, you know, and I tell clients when I meet them flat out, look, the reason that my business model is tailor fitted to you, the client, is because I want the billboard. I want your referrals. From the very beginning, I make it open.
Yeah. Look, you don't have to hide that. You're going to say, listen, when we reach, I say this to my clients, when we reach the closing table, my goal is that you want to call everybody you know and tell them that George is a great guy. That's my goal. Because if you can say that when we reach the closing table, then I serviced you the right way. If you're gonna get there, you're gonna go like, George, I'm not happy. I can't refer you to my sister, my mother, my kids, my friends, my second grade teacher, my priest. I don't care who you're gonna refer me to. If you can't refer me to those people, then I dropped the ball somewhere.
Absolutely.
You should feel comfortable enough that if I helped you find a home and your son or daughter are looking for a home, that you say, hey, listen, I don't want you working with anybody but George Rosario.
Yeah.
That should be the goal in your business. And I don't care if it's real estate. It doesn't just have to be real estate. I get speaking engagements because the people that organize that speaking engagement have friends who organize speaking engagements. And what they do is their friends tell them, listen, man, I got a speaking engagement coming up and I'm trying to work through what speakers to. You got to call George Rosario. They call him right off. You got to call George Rosario. If your clients can do that and you can stay top of mind at a moment like that and they feel comfortable serving their friends by referring you to them, you've done the right thing.
Yes.
And don't hide it.
You let your work talk for you.
Mm-hmm. And don't hide it. Tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them that's your goal. That's my goal. My goal is for you to be so happy with what I do for you that you'll tell your mom, your kids, your friends, your barber, your bartender, you'll tell everybody about me. Yeah. That's my goal. If you can do that, you'll be good. You'll win in this business. But you see, again, if you want to be top producer in anything, you want to be on the top of anything, you want to be on the top 1% of anything, you have to take the actions that create a you that fits that person. Because if I want to be the number one realtor in the entire United States, I have to take the actions that fit the number one realtor in the United States. I can't take the actions that fit the number. How many realtors are there now in the US? Like,
you know, I actually tried Googling how many realtors are there and how many houses for sale are there.
Yeah. Well, here's we have the last time I checked, we had 87,000 licensed realtors in New York, and there's not 87,000 homes sold a year. So obviously, there's a lot of people that aren't doing business, but they have that license in their pocket, and they get to tell people, I'm a realtor. Those licenses, it's not that hard to get the license, but that doesn't make you a realtor. And I say that to people. It's easy to get the license. It's not easy to keep it.
Yeah.
It's not easy to keep it.
There's a lot that goes into it, and it's not from that book.
You know that out of every 100 people that take that test, only 13 renew their license 2 years later.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Wow. Out of every 100, only 13 renew their license. And out of those 13, only 3 sold real estate. So 10 will renew, but they're not doing anything. Yeah. Out of every 100, only 3 actually sold something.
That is because on the mortgage side, we have a very bad turnover ratio, but honestly, we don't get new blood. Just because, we don't have the $1 million mortgager shows or anything like that.
Yeah. If you did have that show, all of a sudden, you would have everybody in the
kind of had that back before the recession in 2005 when the economy was great. I think my barber was a mortgage guy.
Yeah.
The guy in the sandwich shop was a mortgage guy.
You had a barber, bro? I mean,
yeah, remember, I used to have hair to like here. I just found out I'm not 6 feet tall.
It was all the hair you had.
Without the hair, I was like 5'10", 5'11". I was like, nah.
Yeah, and it's funny. I've known you long enough that I can tell people he had this long, big, curly hair. I was like,
it's messed up. I had to show a girl, I think like a couple of months ago, that I used to have hair, and I showed it to her.
How long did you have your hair at one point?
What's that?
How long did you have your hair at one point? Like, how long did it ever get? What's the longest you ever had it?
If I would, because it was curly, so like if I would pull it down, it would come down to like here. But you know, it would curl, so like you know, it looked like it was...
I remember that guy. Everybody watching this video, I remember that guy. You know, I really do. I mean, he knew me when I used to let my hair grow out. And again, if you notice, look at the hairline. It's here. There's nothing missing. It's just that this is so much easier.
See, I got the spot back here.
Yeah. But I remember when you had hair and you started getting that spot. And I was like, yeah, he's going to cut it soon. He's going to get
pretty much.
He's going to call it quits and cut it soon.
I got to be honest, though. When
I don't even have that. Like, look, nothing. It's like, it's all good.
I got to be honest, though. Like, after shaving it off, like, oh, my God, it's so... First of all, I'm very aerodynamic now. I got to go, you know, get cleaned up, whatever. Boom. I throw some water. I'm out the door. I'm feeling fresh. You know?
Isn't that so much easier?
Oh my God.
And the fact that all I do is this. Yeah. So all I do is done.
Yeah. Like I remember I had a meeting that for some reason got scheduled into my calendar wrong. Bro, I was just like, all right, white shirt, black suit, boom. I was out the door.
Yep. That's why this is so cool.
Yeah.
So what's up, man? What's the plans for the near future for you? And is there anything I can help you with? What can I help you with?
That's a good question. I mean, honestly,
think about it and let me know.
I want to work on that's not business related is things like this, getting the word out on things like, you know, energy, good vibes. Really, that's kind of what I want to focus on. Just because
I'll make your list of people you should talk to. A lot of digestible
information like that.
I'll make your list of people you should talk to and do this with them as well. Because there's a lot of people out there that are doing the right thing. And these are the people I surround myself with. So absolutely. And that can help you, and you can actually get it going and move it forward and make some moves.
Yeah, that would be great. Because honestly, because you know, I've been on a journey of self-evolution for a while.
Yeah.
And finding information that I can read, digest, and relate to is difficult.
You know what's cool when you wrote your book and you dropped it off to the office and I shared it with a couple of people, they really liked it.
Oh yeah.
So you have the information to share. Just keep sharing it, man. Because the people. Fun. I went to the president of the homeowners association in Liberty Park and I gave him the book.
Okay.
And he says, you know what? I'm sharing this book at the meeting, at our next meeting. And he shared your information, which is great.
Oh wow!
But he actually shared it because it was good information. So keep putting the information out there. The right people will find it, hear it, share it. And this is something that people should do. Stop sharing all the Kim Kardashian, J-Lo stories. Who cares about those people? You know, stop jumping on the right and left arguments. Stop with all the negativity. Start spreading some good information that can help people. And watch how everything will turn around. Yeah. So only share good. If we made it a point that we're in June now, if we made it a point that all the way until the last second of 2021, we will not share one negative story. We'll only share positive stuff.
Yeah.
Leave the negativity to the mainstream media. You focus on sharing all the positive stuff, sharing the word, sharing your faith, sharing what you need to share with the world to make this world a better place. Watch what happens.
Yeah, you know what I've been doing too? On certain days, I'll just like go out with the mindset, all right, what can I purposely, actively do as far as an action to literally help somebody? That's not business related or, you know, anything like that.
There's so much.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, the days feel like they're kind of brighter.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if everybody did that. How cool it would be.
That's kind of the goal on the low.
Yeah.
You know,
so let's do it. Let's keep doing it. Send me people that you think I should do this with. I'll send you people that I think you should do this with. Let's keep doing it. Let's keep sharing it with people and see if we can actually help people take the right actions.
Yeah.
You know, have some faith, take the right actions, become the person you want to become, act like the position and dress like the position that you want to reach. And before you know it, you'll be there.
Absolutely.
and keep spreading the word. Tell someone about this today. That's important. Tell someone about this today. I say this in every circle that I enter that is a positive circle. When I see something that's worth sharing, I tell them, I give this example.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite movie or your favorite meal or your favorite sports team? No matter who I'm talking to in any room, it could be any age group. If I say, what's your favorite food, movie, or sports team? They can choose one of those three and say, well, my favorite food is, or my favorite movie is, or my favorite sports team is. And they can go on, and they get so excited talking about it, right?
Right.
And you let them go. And when they're done, you go, can you be that excited when you talk about this to people? Can you bring that same level of excitement and go and tell one person about this, about what we have here? And if they do that, it completely grows everything for them. And it continues growing you, and it actually brings positivity into this world. They become a more positive person. They impact someone in a positive manner. They help this world become more positive. And the good word, the good message continues to grow, continues to go out there. Yeah. That's extremely important. If we can do that, we can turn all of this around. Leave the negativity to the politicians, the millionaire athletes that are saying that this world is horrible, but they're millionaire athletes for playing a game that kids play, that kids' parents had to pay for their kids to play. Yeah. So all those millionaire athletes that are complaining, and all the politicians that are complaining, and all the media that's complaining, and everybody's complaining, let them complain. Because guess what? Things are not that bad.
No, not at all.
Share the good and watch what happens. So let's start sharing some good. And let me know, make sure you make me a list of how I can help you and watch what happens.
Okay.
All right. And if I can't help you with it, I'll know who to connect to that can help you with it. And that is how we actually impact this business, impact this world, impact the faith, impact our communities, impact everything. And get the politicians to notice us and change their ways. But that's it, brother. That's what we're doing.
All right. Great talking with you, man.
Same here, brother. Same here, man.